The turbocharger renaissance we are now experiencing has been made possible by managing the turbocharger's heat with both oil and coolant. For all turbocharged vehicles, when the engine is running, the oil acts like a lubricant and coolant that draws heat out of the turbocharger's center section. For the oil and coolant to transfer heat from the turbo, it must flow. Restrictions in oil or coolant lines can damage the turbocharger, and the oil feed or return lines can cause the turbocharger to operate hotter than normal and lead to a possible failure. In the case of oil, the supply line of the turbocharger takes oil from an oil galley and pumps it through the center section of the turbocharger. The return line drains the oil into the pan. The supply and return lines are subjected to high temperatures generated by the exhaust turbine and engine. Restriction in the supply or return lines can cause premature failure due to the increased temperatures and friction in the center section of the turbocharger. The heat can cause oil in the line to oxidize and leave deposits inside the turbocharger and lines. These deposits contain the carbon chains from the oil's base stock, but the oxidation process for the oil forms the precursors of oil sludge and carbon deposits. These messy molecules can stick to the sides of the internal passages of the turbo and supply and return line. This is made even worse because when the engine is turned off, the oil stops flowing, and the oil can be exposed to extreme temperatures near the turbo. This is why if you're replacing a turbocharger, it's recommended that you replace the oil and coolant supply and return lines to ensure the new turbo has a chance. Also, any pumps that circulate coolant when the engine is shut down need to be inspected. Developed with technicians in mind, Ryan Automotive Tech Select turbo kits include the most recent turbo hose versions and include all brackets, hardware, and necessary sealing components for installation. This allows you to order all of the components needed in order to complete turbocharger service by using one part number. The kits include new oil supply and return lines, along with any coolant lines. Here's a quick diagnostic tip. The breather system can be more sophisticated with turbocharged vehicles than a normally aspirated engine. When they do fail, it can route boost pressure into the crankcase. The elevated crankcase pressure can damage the turbocharger in a way you probably never thought of. The return line on most engines is pumped into or above the oil pan. If crankcase pressures are high, the oil from the turbocharger will have to overcome the pressure to drain into the oil pan. This pressure can limit oil flow to cool the turbocharger from the supply side, so inspect the breather system if you're replacing a turbocharger. If you have a question about Ryan Automotive Tech Select turbo kits or any other Ryan product, feel free to post it below or on the CRP Automotive Facebook page. And don't forget to subscribe to CRP's YouTube channel to be among the first to learn about new videos like this one. Thanks for watching.